Hi, I'm Jess. I teach Pilates for runners, and these are some stretches that you can incorporate into your cool downs to make sure that you are stretching all the key muscle groups as a runner. Okay, so if you're in standing because you have perhaps gone out in the run and you have reached your car perhaps and you're in a car park, you may want to do these exercises in standing. So I'll demonstrate those first. So for a quad stretch, what you want to do is you want to pull one leg up to your bottom and you get a deep stretch down the front here. So really tuck the tailbone between your legs. Try and keep balance, keep a soft bend in that stabilizing leg and try and keep nice and level. So you're getting deep stretch here down your quad. So that's how to do a quad stretch in standing. A glute stretch, you would bring one leg across the front of your knee, send that bottom back, and you're going to bring those arms out in front. So you get a lovely deep stretch here across your glutes, which you should be feeling here in that buttock behind you. You do these obviously on each side of your leg. Try and hold them if you can for like 45 seconds to 1 minute to make sure you're maximizing the stretch and trying to increase the flexibility in those joints and those muscles. Lovely. So also you want to do a hip lunge. Open up the front of the hip. So you're going to take one leg behind, have that back heel open and lifted. And you're just going to tuck that tailbone under and drive it forwards. So you get that deep stretch down the front of that back, the front hip of that back leg. And that just increases that stretch. Just make sure you're keeping lengthened and tall. Really open up the front of that hip. And you'll do that on both sides. And again, hold for 45 seconds to 60 seconds. And we also want to make sure we're getting into our calves as well. So we've done our hip stretch, but then we want to come into our calf stretch. So I'd like you to bend the front leg and you're going to try and draw the heel down of that back leg, nice and straight in that back leg, get a real deep stretch down the back of the calf there. So that really stretches the calf muscles of the lower leg. And to get into the thigh and the hamstring here on the front, on the back of the front leg, you can come forwards and you're going to bring those toes up if it's comfortable, and that will just increase that stretch down the front of that back leg. Another key stretch, if you can find a step, I've got a book that I'm going to use, but if you can find a step to work with, you can get a nice stretch into your calf where you are basically making sure that your heel is lower than those toes and you're getting a deep stretch down the back of your calf there on one leg. So you want to do that on each leg and just work into that stretch and just keep holding and taking some nice big breaths in and out. So those are the key stretches that you can do as a runner in standing. If you were to come into your house after a run and do your cool down on your mat, again, make sure you incorporate this one on your way in because we can't do this one as easily on the mat, lying down. But otherwise, you're going to come down, you can do your quad stretch either on your side here, where you pull one foot towards your bottom, you get a deep stretch there down the front of your quad. Same thing, if it's more comfortable to you to do it on your back, you can bring one leg up towards your bottom and you're going to press those hips into the mat there beneath you, and that gives you the same stretch. So that's one way you can stretch your quads and your glutes as well. You want to stretch your glutes out. You can do it in your pigeon pose where you bring one leg in front, send the other one away, and you get a deep stretch in that glute. If this is an uncomfortable position for you, for whatever reason, you can do this on your back as well in the figure of four as we were doing in standing. You're coming onto your back, drawing one foot in towards your chest so that you're pulling that leg in with support of the back leg there. It's extending nice and long. So that gives you a nice stretch in your deep glute area there. Excellent. So similar with your hamstrings, we want to be able to incorporate that into our hip openers. So your hamstring stretch could be here. So you're getting that deep stretch down your hamstring. And then you can bring that into your hip flexor stretch by just coming up and forwards, tucking that tailbone, getting that deep stretch down the front of that hip that's open. That just feels very lovely just to do it there. Incorporate that stretch. Lovely. And with your calves, again, you can do the same one we did in standing, where you bring that leg behind, long behind, or if you were down on your bottom on the mat, you can bring one leg out, nice and long, keeping tall and lifted in your body. You come forwards, and yes, you get a stretch in your hamstring, but you also get a deep stretch in that front calf there, that front leg. So they're all the key stretches that you can do to support you as a runner in terms of the lower limbs and stretching them out on your runs. So add those into your cool downs every time, but also some upper body stretching and release is also very good. But I wanted to focus on the lower limbs and make sure you get them in. So be sure to be incorporating them if you're not already. And yeah, let's get you stronger and more flexible.